good, I can pause it. Hello, my name is Christina Russell, and I'll be talking about the history of the Korean alphabet. So, on October 9th, 1446, it is believed that this was when Hangul was officialized. I have two books. The first one is The Korean Mind. This book is to help learn code words or the fundamental concepts of the Korean language. The second one is Complete Korean. This is basically a workbook to help learn to speak and read in Korean. So I'll be teaching you about the history of the Korean alphabet and how it came to be. So the origin of Korean is debatable because there are many theories that say it belongs to this language family. So the Southern theory places the Korean language in the Austronesian language family, which is languages widely spoken throughout Taiwan, the Malay Peninsula, the Maritime, Southeast Asia, Madagascar, and the islands of the Pacific Ocean, while the Northern theory places Korean in the Atlantic language family, which is languages of West Africa, from Senegal to Liberia. This is because China and Japan's affiliation with Korea throughout history. And then some people put it in the Japonic language family, which is Japanese. The Ryukyu Islands, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, I don't know. And the main islands of Japan. It also classifies in a language Iceland, which is a natural language with no demonstrable genealogical relationship with other languages. So the Korean language has three different periods. It has Old, Middle, and Modern. Old is prior to the 15th century, which was written in Chinese characters mostly because it was the only written language back then. The middle is where you really start to see the Korean writing system you see now, which is called the Hunmin Jeongeum, or the proper sounds for the instruction of the people, or Hangul. This was created by King Sejong the Great in 1446. Modern Korean is a better structure and better documentation, and it is as distinct from Middle in the 17th century. It is also where you start to see the division of the two Koreas. That's where you really start to see their differences, because in North Korea, the language changed due to government intervention. Korean is a futural language, which means that there's an iconic relationship between the symbol in Korean and the sound. So, like, I don't know. I thought I had some good ones, but I'm not sure. Anyways, consonant symbols are based on the diagrams of the mouth's position when pronounced. There's a relationship between speaker, writer, and subject or audience. And the grammar definitely reflects this in Korean. Korean has honorifics. So, for someone who was younger than someone, you would call them with an honorific name. It's polite. If you're older than someone, you don't really have to use them. But if you're like a stranger, it is kind of polite to use honorifics. King Sejong has a quote called, sorry, King Sejong quote is, saddened by this widespread illiteracy back then. I have developed 28 new letters. It is my wish that people learn these letters easily and that they be convenient for daily use. That is why King Sejong created the Korean writing system mainly for the illiterate people of Korea, because not everyone could learn Chinese back then, and because it was easy and convenient to use throughout daily life. So, thank you, and that is the end of my speech.